Anybody in the house? Welcome, guys. Welcome. Wow, today that plane is so low. The aeroplane, that sound is so loud. Does that mean it's much lower? Welcome, guys. It's a good afternoon here. It's actually 2:40, but I had said we would begin at 2:30. Sorry that we have started a little later. No reason for not keeping time. I hope you did not come and find I was not there, then you left. But today we are here to talk. I want to show you how my garden is behaving. It has been a very cold morning. Very cold morning. But all of a sudden it just changed and became so hot. As we wait for others to come, I'm going to show you my garden and the harvest that we have received. I'll not show you the whole garden, just a few areas. I'll actually be doing it in bits because I realize when I take you for the whole tour, you get tired. Or am I mistaken? I'm actually seated in the shade in what used to be my chicken coop because it's too hot. Welcome, guys. Say hello to us. And also feel free just to hit the like button immediately you arrive because that really matters. Welcome, guys. It's in the afternoon here in Kenya. It's around 2:45. And today I just want to show you the blessings that I got. Welcome, guys. Say hello so that we can begin our discussions. Can you see what I am showing you on these pieced up gunny bags? Can you see what I am showing you? Anybody who can see that? See what the Lord has blessed us with. That's why we say that the work of our hands are blessed. It's hard work, but it pays. However little, it pays. Welcome, guys. Come into the chat and let's have a discussion. Welcome, guys. So this is the month of July. No, it is June. Why am I taking you so fast? Just today is 29th. So we are just about to be in the month of July. And in Kenya, we say the financial year is just about to end because it starts in July. So most departments, most government functions are closing their books and beginning another year, which is July. But it's different from the new year, which we begin in January, what we normally refer to as the academic year, when most people make resolutions. You know, the one that begins in January. But for government, the financial year begins in July. And you see, different organizations have different parts, different months. I know some that have their year beginning in March, but majority, including government, begin in July. So now there's a lot of up and down, people trying to balance their books. But for us, I am about that calendar year because we planted in our farm in April, very early April. April now, May, June, July. No, it was, around there. And we have had good rainfall, which is not common, but eventually we have something to show that we actually planted. As you can see, this is my beans. Let me move closer. That's how they look. Can you see? I don't know what you call them wherever you are, but here we call them nyayo. Why nyayo? I don't know. And nyayo was an era for our second president, Daniel Moi, Arap Moi. We still have some soil in it. So before we cook, we'll still have to sort them out. But you can see this is quite good. And since I don't have a big family, this can last me a while. So I really thank God. There are just a few that have come out in different color. You know, these ones. And then we have another variety like this. But generally, we have these plain ones. The ones that look deep black, these ones. But majority are these ones here, like this. I don't know what color you have of beans. They are those small red ones, which I don't like, by the way. But we have these small ones also. These ones, they look white. I really like these ones, but there are not many here. If I just take randomly like this, you can see majority of them are just of one color. So after the harvest, we remove them from the pods and then we dry them. And we'll keep airing them once in a while. They don't get weevils. And by the way, we don't put any chemicals for storage because we have not even used pesticides for spraying them. Honestly, we did not. And that's why we try to plant as much as we can, even if we get little, but it saves us a lot. So here, what we will do after they have dried, we will do like what our grandmothers used to do. Just put a little ash in it. And as you know, ash is it repels a lot of weevils, and we use it for storage. Even in maize, we put. Sorry, guys, I've just been talking and I didn't realize that I am offline. Oops. Sorry, guys, but you are very welcome. I was just talking about our harvest, our gunny bags. I hope that's where we left. But those of you who are here, welcome everybody. Let's connect. Thank you, guys. Judith, thank you so much for coming. Hello, cousin. How are you? Welcome to our live. Dancer, thank you. How are you doing? Please subscribe, like, comment to the stream. Please, guys, like, subscribe, and also comment. This is African Mom's World, and you're very welcome. Today we are seeing what our garden looks like. Those of you who watched my last video, that is one of the videos I had actually I had scheduled, but I put the wrong dates. So it came much later. So the garden looked really different. That was like at the beginning. But the weather has changed. It has really changed. My sister Judith, thank you so much. This is how my garden looks like. How are you doing? I am fine here, and we are just talking about our garden. I'm sorry that we disconnected at some time, but that's how it is. Unstable, um, unstable internet always brings those problems. But as I can show you, this is our maize. Beans, sorry, I haven't reached the maize place. So these are our beans. These are our beans. You can see them. For those who have just come, this is our harvest. And if you look down here, there's still a lot of dirt inside. You can see that. So we'll still have to pick them, sort them out in terms of ensuring that the dirt is out. When you look at them like this, they look very clean, but they are not. This is one of the best harvests we have had because the farm is not also big. It's really small. Maybe on camera it may look big, but it is small. So we have a majority of beans here, which we call nyayo. I don't know what you call them in your language, but these ones here are the ones that are a little off. I didn't really plant them, but maybe there was one or two inside. Now you see we can have some of them. But these are really nice. Generally, these beans are very nice. They make thick soup, especially if you are to cook them alone and make a stew. Eat with beans. Wow, it tastes really nice. Or if you're to put them and eat like maize and beans, what we call githeri. I'm telling you, very thick soup. So the goodness of being in the village or on a farm is that you can use locally available material. So like this, what I'm showing you here, these are the remainders, the bags of cement. But the ones that are white, a little ahead there, are the ones that we had chicken feed. We had bought chicken feed. So the gunny bags we took to the tailor, and that is what we were left with. So we stitched this, and now we use it just for airing or putting our maize and beans, drying them up. And if you are not here, I was explaining that what remains now is to ensure that it is dark. Ash, we will put ash so that we can store our beans. I'll show you again. And then this, can you see this? Any guess what this could be? Any guess what this could be? So, look inside. Guys, do you know how trees are planted? How many of you have ever grown trees? And what type of seed is this from which tree? So we have one of the trees, if you have been watching my video, not one, they're actually two, but this is from one. It produces a lot of seeds. It is actually a cypress tree, which is in the pine family. So we harvested the seeds and now we have dried them. on the wheelbarrow. So the next step, normally actually, if we don't harvest them, we'll find that they have fallen on the ground and the trees themselves have germinated. But this time we harvested them, the seeds, and then we will put this, we'll make a seed bed in the garden. Then we'll have the trees grow. But as for this, I don't know. Let me know what can be made from this. What can you make from this? Someone was explaining to me that I need to get some glue, thick glue, and put on a carton box and just make a design, or even just paste them. Let me show you. Something like that. Okay, let's imagine the bottom is a cardboard. We'll try. You know, this Gen Zs, I have one Gen Z here who is very creative. So she says we can put this on a cardboard and then put the glue down on the cardboard and just arrange these seeds on it. Very close. Can even design and even color, paint. Oh my goodness. I'm not creative, so that one is something to think about. But today my interest was here. Guys, do you grow? What do you grow? Or do we get most of our things in the supermarket? Let me know in the comment section actually what you grew. What do you grow in your garden? Or is it not as big as mine, even if I'm saying my garden is small? How does yours look like? How does your garden look like? Welcome, guys. So this is how our farm looks like. A little different. Look at this. Actually, these are very small tomatoes. And as I always say, I try as much as possible to see what we can eat from the farm. So it's really dry. It gets cold, but it's dry. It's a dry season. Today it has been extremely cold in the morning, but now it's very hot also. The sun is really out. But we may have nothing on, the garden is not looking green, but these are survivors. These are the cherry tomatoes, but they can grow wild actually. So actually we have put this as a support, and then we are trying as much as we can when they try to grow wild, spreading out everywhere, we see how we can bring them back. So step one is to put this tree and have a string on it. Can you see this string, which we have just tied? So we now need to look for other strings and maybe put more of these metals so that we can bring all of this together up like this. So even if it's dry, this is easier. It's easier here to put some water because you can see the flowers. It's still flowery, and despite the bad weather, we still have them tomatoes in different stages. You know, I've always known cherry tomatoes to be really small, and actually that has happened. But look, I don't know whether it's variety or what. These things have been on this farm for very long. They actually don't die. But look at this. These ones look quite big. You know, they ripen when they are still so small in size. I think that's the nature. Maybe that's why they're called cherry tomatoes. But eventually they ripen and we are able to use them. Guys, what's your experience with cherry tomatoes? If I fed them very heavily, maybe put a lot of organic manure and watered them very seriously, would they grow any bigger? Guys, let me know from the comment section what your experience is with cherry tomatoes. You see, this is my banana. And it has been attacked. Not in a bad way, in a good way, because you can see how the cherry tomatoes are doing here. Can you see that? Hi, cousin. How are you? How are you doing, Judith? I'm doing fine. Guys, you are welcome. Please feel free to hit the like button and let us grow together. Let us grow together. Today we are just talking about our farm. Look at that. The leaves here seem to be drying. Can you see? They are yellowing. But even as they yellow, the cherries are becoming more and more. Look at that. And they're even... Oh, this yellowing of the leaf shows maturity, not that it's drying up. You see, like these ones now here. Can you see that? Welcome, guys. Let's grow together. We are having a surprise. Our farm today is going to surprise us. And we just have to see how to bring this. Oops, look at them where they have gone. Can you see that? These things can grow really wild. And I hope they can actually just grow like this on the bananas. But we'll have to put here a support in the middle here, because this is the... Guys, and as you can see, the original stem, it's so weak here. What has happened is that we put, if you can see here, we put a bottle here. And this bottle was supposed to be for water. So that we put, it's some form of irrigation where we just put water in a bottle and then have a hole on the bottle top. Then put it beside the plant, the root of the plant. So now this is the root of the plant. But can you see where the bottle is? The bottle has actually been pressed so hard that it has interfered with the roots. Now see the roots where they are. Under. So it has affected the fruit. Tomato. Is tomato a fruit or it's a vegetable? Well, when it is ripe, I just eat it like it's a fruit because they are so sweet. So these are some of the hacks that we have for farming, that when it gets dry, you can irrigate them. And if you don't have the sophisticated sort of type of irrigating or pouring water, because if I just pour directly, it takes time, it makes me walk up and down, you get too tired. And then I've also discovered inside here, guys, can you see? These are pawpaws. And now these ones, because of the shade, look at that. We have quite a number of pawpaws. Look, pawpaw seedlings. So we let them to grow a bit, and then we will be able to transplant them. Oh my goodness. Farming is interesting. You don't have to put in a lot of effort. Then here, what is happening here? Oh, this is the mchicha. I always forget the English name. But I don't like this red variety. So it has matured. And as I have shown you earlier, that we have some seeds there for the pine family. This is one of them. We just picked it as a seedling which had grown after the tree. We found it beneath the tree, and so we just put it in a polythene bag. It grew. Now we transplanted it. So that's how it looks like. Let me show you something else. This one is our mango. I always don't show you this mango tree because it's the only one, and I've shown you over and over again. But we have this tomato here, and I don't know what happens, guys. Look at this. We don't harvest from this tomato. What happens? Look at that. Oops. This one is not this is the normal tomato. I don't know what it's called. But why does it dry? Look at that. Just dries while it is here. Or is it was it sick? Why does it dry? Just like that. We never harvested it. It never ripened. But anyway, we have two more here. Yeah. So that is how we are faring on. The thing is, we have to remove any weeds around because some of those weeds come with pest. So we just have to do away with them. Hello guys, how are you? Welcome to my life. Today I am on the farm, just showing you how it looks like. Gardening is fun, but it comes with surprises, full of surprises. Now you see, like this tomato I'm talking about. Why does it just dry like that? Why does it dry? And we have given it an equal opportunity like any other of the plants, and yet it is growing, refusing to allow us to harvest it. Welcome guys, how are you? This is African Mom's World, and we do a lot of gardening. And today, it is that day when we are looking at our garden. Big surprise. Big surprise. So this is the area where we planted no, this one we didn't plant. It was a pumpkin itself, which we harvested. Then we did not eat it right away. So we just buried it in the soil here, around here. I think it was somewhere here. And then eventually a lot of seedlings came out, and we did not actually transplant them. We just allowed it to move in its natural habitat. Interestingly, we have eaten a lot of banana leaves from here, but no pumpkin yet. And yet the season is over. So we have had flowers. You can see them, flowers. Yeah, I'm just looking around to see if I can get any fruit, any pumpkin here. Pumpkin, where are you? You know, they're just signs of flowers, if you can see. But the beauty is the pumpkin never really dies. Because like now, these ones are soft leaves, which I can still come and harvest, these young ones. But you can see there are these, ooh, look. There are some that are so dry that, ooh. Yeah. So I'm looking to see if there is any pumpkin here. Flowers only. My goodness. You mean we can go a whole season and just see flowers without any pumpkin, guys? Is it worth the effort? Wow, there's a small one here. Can you see? This small one here. Only this one. Now if I come and harvest these small pumpkin leaves, will I benefit? No pumpkin, no pumpkin. Wow, that means a whole year without a pumpkin. I'm live. Yes? When you say, emergency, see? Na, nasi nakendo siya so say. Hello? So we have this place where we have planted. Can you see this? Let me show you. These ones are kales. The ones that you don't have to grow from very young ones. These are suckers, what you call suckers. You just pluck for the ones that have already grown big. Guys, can you see that? So we have dug a trench here. It's easier than pouring in a hole, one hole, one hole. Then we've put them quite close to each other so that they benefit from the water. So what you do is just to water here, like that. So that's how we do it. There are different ways that you can grow these kales. And actually, I haven't had kales on the farm for some time. Haven't had kales for some time. But here we are. Here we are. Sorry guys, let me put this on pause a little. Let me end this live. Let me end this live. I will come back right away. I have to address something. Thank you guys.